This is a video response to survival prepping for normal people. The video titled Prepper Privilege. My name is Bear with Bear Independent. There were several comments made in this video about prepper privilege. Basically, he compared white privilege to prepping privilege, which I could see the point that he was trying to make. I don't necessarily agree with him, but that's okay. Different strokes for different folks. But they were fairly well articulated points, in my humble opinion. And that's all well and good. The issue that I'm having, and I don't believe these comments were pointed at me, although several people in his comment section took it to mean he was talking about me, were the comments to the effect of, you know, those guys who chew snuff, they're out there on their 60 acres in the woods, they've got a beard to hide their double chin, you know, arrogant, so forth and so on. And a lot of people in the comments took that to mean that he was talking about me. To his credit, in one comment that I saw, he said something to the effect of, "Who? No, I don't know who that is. I will have to check that channel out." So brother, if you see this video, I'd love it if you'd email me, November Tango X-Ray, Mike Alpha Golf, ntxmag@gmail. Let's have a conversation on the phone. Off the record, no strings attached. I'd like to just talk to you. But I wanted to address some of those comments. First and foremost, I believe deeply in person, not persona. I don't filter what I do here on YouTube. You get me. And I'm keenly aware of the fact that I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me. I can be abrasive. I'm an extremely confident person, and that's often confused for arrogance. But I'm confident because I've done these things. If I tell you to do something, it's because I know it'll work. If I tell you not to do something, because I know it won't work. Now this is me, from my perspective with my experience, and it's entirely possible that you've had different results in your life experience, and I don't begrudge you that. But I also can't stand people who have never done anything before jumping in the comments or the emails and said, "No, that'll never work." It will. It has repeatedly for me. So I've been doing things for a long time. I have quite the history of accomplishing my goals and doing big, hard things. That's what I do. And so that brings an innate level of confidence to what I do. Now, I'm also pretty transparent, I feel. You know, the recent InfoWars video that I did, the interview, I showed you guys I was on the verge of freaking out before that interview. It's the biggest interview I've ever done. 842 live radio stations and 20 million or so digital. It still kind of gets my blood moving, because I'm not really built for that. I have far less experience with that than I do with, you know, the preparedness lifestyle. So you're always going to get the real me. And unfortunately, that can be abrasive to some people. I've been told that my management style can be too forceful. We get things done. I have done things that literally every other group of people similar to mine on the planet has said, "No, that can't be done. Watch me. It's done. Now what?" Huh, we didn't know you could do that. Not once or twice, several times. I've done that. And so yeah, I'm a problem solver, and I'm abrasive, and I'm forceful, but I'm also extremely good to my people. I build teams. I get phone calls and emails from people that I haven't seen in a decade. Hey man, just wanted to check up on you. How you doing? Thank you so much for that thing that one time with the thing. So, you know, I'm not even capable of apologizing for me being me. This is just who I am. You know, and take it for what it is. I know a lot of you guys will scoff at this, but I literally pray before each video, Father, give me your words, not mine. I want them to be your words to the best of my broken ability, not mine. Because I'm aware of the fact that communicating this way is not necessarily my number one skill. But I'm trying. As far as prepper privilege goes, I've been prepping for over a decade. And so I have the things. I've done the things. I know what works and I know what doesn't work. I've formed several large groups, some successful, some not. And the ones that have failed for one reason or another are just as important as the ones that succeeded, because I learn from doing. And I'm always doing. I tell you guys, go forth and do. Go swing your axe. I mean that literally. This chicken approves this message. Go do, because you're going to learn from doing, and you are going to fall, and you are going to fail, and you are going to skin your knees, and you are going to get frustrated, and it's not going to be easy. And I want you to learn that now, rather than for the first time ever on the worst day of your life. I'm a big proponent of that, because I've been doing this for a decade, and I don't know all the ways. I know my way, and my way is what I try and convey here. And if that gives me a certain privilege, then so be it. There's absolutely a privilege and experience. I know what I'm talking about. Now, that being said, I don't undervalue other people's life experiences and opinions, but I also don't put them on pedestals here, because this is my channel. This is what I do. And I started this channel in response to a Canadian prepper video that I thought was dangerous, my opinion. And the fact that I don't support Canadian prepper makes a lot of people mad. Sorry. I believe he's still subscribed to this channel. Sir, the offer stands. I'd love to have a conversation with you. Email me, ntxmag@gmail. Let's talk. No strings attached, off the record. I'd like to just get to know you better. And as I've said repeatedly, I'm sure I could have a beer with the guy and we'd get along just fine. But we have diverging opinions on preparedness, and that's okay. The guy's got a channel 10 times the size of mine. Cool, cool. More power to him. But simply because I don't put other people's opinions on a pedestal here, that's not indicative of arrogance. This is my channel. This is my platform for me to say my things to the best of my broken ability. You know, the comment about out there on your 60 acres in the woods, we had to grind for years to save up to buy this land cash. And when I tell you guys don't go into debt, I mean it. Don't go into debt. A debtor is a slave to his debt. I'm not interested in that. Years we saved to be able to purchase land. Years. I worked 6.5, sometimes 7 days a week, a minimum of 6 days a week. And I grind still to this day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. My day is scheduled. I do a lot of work. This YouTube thing, this is a hobby. I stay busy, and because I stay busy, I've got cash flow. Because I've got cash flow, I can do the things that I want to do, like buy land, because we lived way below our means for 3 years to stack cash and just maximized our income. You know, I'm working 80 hours a week-ish, plus or minus, and living like a homeless person. No offense to the homeless people. so that we could capitalize on an opportunity when it presented itself, like this piece of land. That's not privilege. We busted our ass to be here. And again, I don't believe survival prepping for normal people was speaking to me directly. In fact, it's my opinion that he wasn't. But a lot of his subs were, or felt that he was. And truthfully, a lot of those people used to be my subs. And there was definitely a bristling of my ego when I was reading some of those comments. That's a fact. But I used it as research. Okay, roger that. Always understanding that I can't make everybody happy. I'm very thankful for the 37,000 people and 840 patrons who support what we do here at YouTube and Patreon. You know, I catch a lot of crap for Patreon. Patreon is a business. We run it like a business and we treat it as a blessing, okay? It generates revenue for us. We use that revenue to support some really badass ministries, as well as some of our operational expenses that allow us to do this for free on YouTube. So, you know, somebody commented the other day, well, it seems like the audio and visual quality have gotten better on your videos. Yeah, I'm not a technological wizard, but I can, you know, get a better iPhone and turn it sideways. And that's thanks to Patreon, you know, because it generates the revenue. It supports the show, you know, and we try and give back there. There's 24 exclusive pieces of content at Patreon a month, you know, exclusive live streams, loot box giveaways, consult calls with me. You know, we treat it like a business. We run it like a business and we treat it like a blessing, because it's both. And there's a fine line there. And occasionally we have to course correct from one direction to the other to respect both aspects of it. But it's there. And we're deeply thankful for it. But that, you know, that revenue funds all kinds of things, including mission trips. Same thing somebody said, oh yeah, you know, always trying to sell a product. Guys, I make nothing on the crisis response t-shirts and like $6 or $7, I think it's $7 on the other t-shirts. We use those to fund mission trips, to go to Florida, to go help feed people and clothe people and build shelter for people we've never met before. We have an upcoming mission, 10 through 12 May. There are right now 4 dozen plus people who are going to be meeting us there to assist. That's awesome. That's not egotistical. That's not arrogant. That's obedience to the Father when he tells me, you need to go help these people. Yes, sir, I will. We have a trip coming up to Nebraska to help rebuild houses for people who had their lives destroyed by the catastrophic flooding there. Patreon supports that. Those stupid t-shirts support that. Those bear facts support that. And that bear fact will save your life if you need it. That's what it's designed for. And it was designed organically because I kept getting emails from people saying, what first aid kit should I buy? And it's the best handmade American first aid kit at the best price you can buy. The end. You know what I profit off of a bear fact? $8. And I put them together by hand. So, you know, arrogant or confident? I'm confident. Maybe at times arrogant because I'm a flawed human being, but I don't try to be. And the me that I am today, I try to be a little bit better today than I was yesterday, than the me I was yesterday. Not better than you, not worse than you, me versus me. It's not me versus you, it's not me versus the world, it's me versus me. This will be the bow that we tie in this conversation. One of the foundational concepts to this channel is the 4 quarters philosophy. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Right? They're both worth the same. They both will accomplish the same thing. So all things being equal, I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. I'm thankful to have 37,100 and something quarters at this channel. You know, there's a saying, the lion does not concern himself with the opinions of sheep. Is that an arrogant thing or a confident thing? I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me. I'm well aware of that, and that's okay, because if I dumbed this channel down to try and speak to everybody, it would lose its effectiveness for my quarters, the people who are here and who are bought in and want to be here, and to whom my truth resonates, and to whom his truth resonates. I can't be everything for everybody. I don't have an interest in trying to be. That would be exhausting. All I can do is be me. Person, not persona. And the other thing I'm fascinated by is internet comments. People saying things with a keyboard that they would never say to somebody's face in person, because the ramifications are instant. So if you haven't seen the 4 quarters video, go watch it. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and now's the time. bearindependent.com, there's a contact form. We're going to play a game called Sustain, Improve. I'm only taking the comments from the website, bearindependent.com. Contact form, it's at the bottom of the main page. Why do you have a website? Because there's so many different things going on in our life that it's now all organized on one website where people can go and find it, and it's much easier for me to refer people to a website than to 20 to 30 different amorphous blobs of information that are floating around on the internet. So it coalesces all of that into one cohesive spot where people can find what they're looking for. That's why. Sustain, improve. Send me a contact form from the website with what you would sustain. What do you love about this channel? And what would you improve? Bear talks too much. The videos are too long. You look like crap. The sound audio sucks. You're too arrogant. You don't talk about Messiah enough. I read the Bible on this channel. You guys would be amazed by the emails that I get. There's a reason I hired somebody part-time just to screen emails for me. And a big part of that is mental and emotional sanity. The crazies emailing us, you know, we're gonna show up at your house and do things. Once, you would do that once. So, and yeah, that's an unveiled threat to all of the crazies out there. You would do that one time. bearindependent.com, contact form, sustain, improve. I want your feedback. I want to know. Doesn't mean that, you know, and I'm going to do what's right for me and therefore what is right for this channel. Because this channel is me, person, not persona, person. Hit me up, tell me what you think. And for real, you know, I would actually thank Survival Prepping for Normal People. I don't think you were talking to me, but your viewers did. And so I wanted to clarify that. I'm sure you're a great guy too. That was the first video of yours I've ever watched. I'd be interested in having a conversation with you. You know, I can't keep my wife happy half the time. How am I supposed to keep the damn internet happy all the time? The internet is a fickle thing. Fickle thing. That's it. Prepper privilege. I think it's much more game of busting your ass, working hard, staying out of debt, so that you can have, so you have the blessing of even being considered to be privileged from a preparedness standpoint. No. I'm not privileged. I just put my nose to the grindstone, and I've been a good steward of my blessings. Shalom.